civil authorities in your area have reported that the bodies of the dead are rising from their graves and attacking the living. Follow the messages on screen that will be updated as information becomes available.
That was a real-life warning about a zombie attack.
From the emergency alert system.
Radio stations and networks have always had the ability to break into regularly scheduled programming in case of an emergency, but it wasn't until the atomic age in 1951 with the advent of Conelrad, control of electromagnetic radiation, a system that was a kind of national contingency plan, was hatched in earnest.
The idea was that in case of, say, a nuclear event, AM stations would transmit warnings and information before going off the air. Then another station would take over on the same frequency, and so on and so forth, until the message spread across the entire nation.
In 1963, the emergency broadcast system replaced Conelrad, and instead of warning citizens about the threat of war, it was used mostly to warn of severe weather.
However, in 1971, during a routine weekly test of the system at the National Emergency Warning Center at Cheyenne Mountain in Colorado, Wayland S. Eberhardt, a civilian teletype operator, placed the wrong tape into the transmitter, and that resulted in this little ditty hitting the wires.
Message authenticator. Hatefulness, hatefulness. This is an emergency action notification EAN directed by the President. Normal broadcasting will cease immediately. All stations will broadcast EAN message 1 preceded by the attention signal per FCC rules. Only stations holding NDEA may stay on air in accord with their state EBS plan. Broadcast EAN message 1. Message authenticator. Hatefulness, hatefulness.
Meanwhile, some stations, though curiously not all, followed protocol and ceased regular programming. They were on standby for a nail-biting 40 minutes waiting for an authentication code until the National Emergency Warning Center found the correct code to cancel a transmission.
The Nixon administration vowed to investigate the gaffe, but it was Louis I. Smoyer, the chief of the warning center, who came up with the decidedly lo-fi but effective solution to keep the test tapes far, far away from the warning tapes.
In 1997, the FCC gave the system a technological overhaul and changed the name to the Emergency Alert System, or EAS. Now the weekly test is an 8-second digital data signal produced by all AM, FM, and broadcast TV stations, as well as cable systems, digital radio, and TV, and direct broadcast satellite providers.
Digital transmissions allow the EAS to transmit more information into an emergency weather alert or other announcement, target it to a more specific area, and send it out much faster.
But the system is not without its flaws. In 2013, a message about attacking zombies was sent out over the emergency alert system via television stations. Viewers were told that dead bodies were rising from their graves and were advised not to apprehend said dead but dangerous individuals, but to seek shelter instead.
And just in case some thought that there was an actual zombie outbreak, well, one station, KRTV in Montana, felt obliged to release this statement, quote, "This message did not originate from KRTV, and there is no emergency."
Meanwhile, the FCC ordered broadcasters to make passwords more secure against zombie-loving hackers. Brilliant!
Hey, if you enjoyed this video, be sure to check out these 3 videos as well.
And don't forget to visit us at stufftoblowyourmind.com. Okay, pop quiz. You're on a plane that's collided on the runway with another plane. After coming to a full stop, the plane begins to fill with smoke. Do you A, shriek at the approaching flames, B, stare at the approaching flames, or C, do you flee?
But of course, it's the media where our zombie obsession really goes nuts. I mean, you go back to George Romero's Night of the Living Dead, Lucio Fulci's Zombie. You have TV shows like AMC's The Walking Dead. We have a comedy like Shaun of the Dead, or something gritty and hardcore like 28 Days Later. No matter what the exact flavor of the media, we cannot get enough with our zombie obsession.
Fear of the Walking Dead predates written history, and cultures across the world tell stories of corpses possessed by some evil force returning to terrify the living. With the emergence of mass media, films, books, and video games have transformed this ancient fear into a kind of recreation.